Hello there. I'm going to challenge myself to paint 10 self-portraits within the next 10 weeks. Lately, I've been feeling really frustrated about my work. I feel stuck. Even with this lady that I just finished painting, I just felt really hesitant and just really confused while I was painting her because I feel like I didn't know what kind of message I was trying to say and I wasn't sure what I was trying to communicate. And generally too, I feel like as an artist, I'm not really bringing anything new to the table, or at least not anything that even I myself find that interesting. So I want to challenge myself in the next 10 weeks to create 10 different self-portraits in 10 different styles, to push myself to experiment more and also study more about different artists in history. Now, before I get into the details of what I'm planning to do exactly, let me tell you about why I want to do this in the first place. Recently, someone gave feedback on my art, and she said that, like, right now, I think your art is kind of stiff and close. She said this, again, in the nicest way possible, and that, you know, she was saying that, like, consider art school. Maybe that could, like, help open up your work more. And I do see that, and I do feel frustrated about it because I do feel like my art is close. I'm not experimenting enough or looking at what previous artists have done, or like looking at what my contemporary artists are doing. And I feel like that's something I struggle with a bit because as a self-taught artist, I kind of you know, my skills and like what I paint and how I paint kind of just followed my own desire of what I want to paint, but that also meant that I wasn't really experimenting enough or like looking at, you know, what other people might have done before and I've never thought of. This makes me want to, I guess, like study more and do more research to make my art also more informed. With these 10 self-portraits, I want to do some research and look into 10 different artists in history that I feel drawn to. I'm not going to put too much criteria on them. I think I just want to select 10 artists who have like distinct style. I want to be doing research about their life, their style, what defines it, and the themes that they were exploring in their works. And then I want to transfer that into these self-portraits that I'm doing. Because I was feeling frustrated and I was trying to look back at my work and think about what my work so far has been like. And while I was looking through my old work, I kind of realized that the only set of works that I felt really happy about or drawn to or curious or that I experimented were these. It's like a series of small self-portraits. So this is supposed to be my eyes and my nose, and then this is my lips, and then this is sort of like my head shape. And it's like really wacky, it has embroidery, and you know, it was in a style that I don't usually paint in. And these sets of works were inspired by when I actually went to like a Van Gogh exhibition in Bangkok, and also an unsolved episode on Van Gogh. I'm very cultured, as you can see, and it initially inspired me to just do a small painting, where it's like Van Gogh's ears and like a combination of his other paintings, because I've always loved Van Gogh and I was just curious about his brushstrokes, and I've just always loved Impressionism, and so I want to do a bit of like a study of this style. And so experimenting here kind of led me into making something like this, because I was also trying to incorporate what I was learning or like what I was feeling as well from experimenting with this style. And I just think it would be so cool if I just look into 10 different artists and look at their styles and look at the themes that they're talking about, and then explore that within my own self-portraits in 10 different styles. Now, why 10 different self-portraits? Am I that vain? Yes, but also because I recently got an advice from an artist that I really, really admire. She's so cool and she was so nice that she talked to me. And one of the biggest advice that she gave was that to find her voice, because that was when her career kind of really took shape, when she finds out what it is inside that she really wants to communicate or that she is trying to communicate, because that helps you talk about your work and also help you, you know, create a set of work that has meaning and has you in it. It's a lot about like discovering the insights of yourself. And I am someone who used to struggle a lot with depression and anxiety. I still do. Just I think I've become more centered and sort of learned how to somewhat set boundaries around it. But I just also felt like maybe I kind of stigmatize that part of myself too, and I don't let it show up or come out or be that vulnerable or honest with that as often as I used to be. And I feel like that translates into my work as well. And so I feel like I want to push myself into a bit of introspection, a bit of navel-gazing. And so this is why this series is going to be called navel-gazing. So basically I'll be looking at the themes that these artists explore in their own works, and then look at my own life, look at my own self, and look at how, say, maybe like themes about sexuality or themes about loss or desire or whatever, and then see how I can translate that within my own work. So yes, basically I'm going to be researching, finding 10 different artists that I want, whose works I want to be studying, and I'll be studying their styles, like doing some research, month research. I'm not gonna write like a report around it. And if anyone wants to fact check me in the coming videos, please feel free, because I'm really, really open to learning. But yeah, so I'll be looking into their work, their style, what makes them them, and then the theme that they explore. And I'll be doing like little painting studies here and there. And then I'll try to create like self-portraits based on what I could take away from these works. And I'm gonna give myself time in the next 10 weeks, meaning one painting, one self-portrait per week. Hopefully I'm able to do it. It's going to be like small canvases, because I'm also here in Buenos Aires temporarily, so it means that things have to fit in my suitcase, or at least small enough so if I want to give it away to people, it's not really a burden. Also, I'll be documenting my process throughout this next 10 weeks. Hopefully I'm able to keep up with it. I might change the number down the line. Who knows? I don't know. I hope I stick with it, and I hope you come along the ride with me too. Comment down below if you think that there are artists that you really like and you feel like I should look at as well. So yeah, so I'm going to be popping over to the art store to get some supplies, because I really want to try oils. And I'll be doing some research. So yeah, I'm excited to get started.